That's when my life shifted. From heaven to hell. With Mom, there was no more hot meals 3 times a day. No one tucking us in. At 8 years old, I became the caregiver. I fed us sandwiches 'cause Mom never bought the things Grandma taught me to cook. I made sure we bathed, made sure we got to school, cleaned up the rooms. Mom, she was still in party mode. Nobody and nothing stopping her flow. If it wasn't for Mrs. B, our neighbor in that Christian Street boarding house, we would have been lost. She started coming over, bringing food, cleaning, getting us on the bus when Mom disappeared for days. She even taught me tricks, wash dishes so the sink stayed empty, put things away so Mom couldn't claim the place was dirty, showed me how to stretch food, how to ride the city bus, where to pay bills. And she warned me, don't let nobody in when Mom was gone. Dangerous people out there. My uncles met her, gave her their info, started sending her money once she told them Mom wasn't paying bills or feeding us. Mrs. B became our lifeline, until she passed 2 years later. That's how we ended up in the Jackson Heights projects, the first 6 months living there with Mom. Hugh Wild don't even cover it. Mom had about 4 different men in and out, each one serving a different purpose. None of them lasted long. None could claim any real rights, 'cause she was always looking for bigger and better. See. She liked to drink, so Job, he came through with 2 cases of beer every week. She smoked weed, so Frank, the neighborhood dealer, dropped off half a pound every time he re-upped David. He worked at the food market, so he brought groceries, and Sammy slid $100 under the door every week, whether she was home or not. The crazy part, they all knew about each other, and when she cut him off, they'd be sick, hurt, but not for long. They never got tired of her bullshit. It was always the other way around, her getting tired of them, and I can't even front my mama. She's that timeless beauty, the kind that don't age. No matter how old she gets, she still looks 16. Outgoing personality that could hook and hold any man's attention. She's 5'5", deep dimples, long jet black curls, honey brown eyes, and an hourglass figure that made heads turn. Her skin went from milk chocolate in the winter to dark chocolate in the summer. She could pass for my big sister easy. When I was 12 and Rod was 8, Mom had our baby sister Rain, and for almost 4 years, believe it or not, we were happy. Her daddy Raekwon was a low-level hustler, but he stayed. He took care of us like we was all his. He cooked, cleaned, washed clothes, got us off to school, adjusted his hustle so he could be there for Rain when I was gone, made his money. At night, he held it down. But all that changed after I turned 16. Mom came home one evening, 6 p.m. sharp, with a new man on her arm, walked straight in like she'd been gone a week, though really, it had been months. "Where is Raekwon?" she asked, like she just suddenly cared. I didn't even look up from doing Rain's hair for school the next day. He usually stays out until about 5 a.m., a couple hours before it's time for us to go to school. I said, Rod, Rain, and me, we had already eaten dinner. We were cleaning the apartment, winding down for bed. Rod kept his head down, went straight to the bathroom to clean. Mom didn't acknowledge him, and he didn't acknowledge her. Same with Rain. She didn't even look at her own baby, but then Mom went into her room and started packing Raekwon's things in trash bags. I froze. Couldn't believe my eyes. Couldn't believe the dread crawling up my spine. Raekwon had been taking care of us 4 straight years while she was gone doing God knows what. Barely saw her. She only came home every 3 to 5 months, maybe for a day, and dipped again. And now she was trying to put out the only real stability we had. I prayed right then she'd stop before Raekwon came home, 'cause this was about to go left. Their relationship was always weird to me. No feelings, no real bond. She'd leave for months, come home, they'd have sex, then she'd bounce again. But even still, Raekwon was all we had. That night, she came into my room, shook me awake. It was 5:20 a.m., Raekwon is at the door, and I need you to go open it, she said. Mom, he has a key, I reminded her, still half asleep. The next thing she said woke me up cold. I changed the locks tonight. He can no longer stay here anymore. I damn near jumped out my bed. Ran down the stairs to flights and opened the door, and Raekwon, he was pissed. Madder than I had ever seen him. He stormed in, chest heaving, cussing under his breath, taking the steps 2 at a time. "Why the hell is my key not working?" he barked. Mom changed the locks. I stammered, scared as hell, 'cause once again she put me in the middle of her mess. He hit the living room, filled the doorway like a linebacker, 6'5" broad, built like anger itself. "What the fuck? Who the fuck are you? And why are you in my home, homie?" He snapped at the man sitting next to my mom. The dude didn't even flinch. I came here with the lady, he said, nodding. Mom didn't even give his name. Raekwon's voice dropped, bass heavy with danger. What the fuck is really good, Raynell? Your ass been gone for months, and now you want to pop up with company in the middle of the night like you still live here. That's not gonna work. You and your friend can get the fuck out. Mom finally opened her mouth. I'm back now, and I want you gone. Raekwon chuckled, low, dark, and looked her dead in the eye. You must be smoking something more than weed, if you think I'm about to leave my home so you can move the next nigga in and play house. I pay the bills, make sure these kids are straight, get them off to school. You haven't been home in 5 months. Did you think they survived on air? Raylexia just turned 16, Rod is 12, and Rain is 3. Who was supposed to take care of them if I left? He leaned in, voice sharp. Let me tell, you're retarded. AS. Nobody. They have no one else. Your brothers drop in here and there, but they live in other states. You put all that responsibility on Raylexia, like she ain't a child herself. But guess what? She is, even if she could take care of them like she does when you're gone. What did you expect them to eat? How was she supposed to pay the bills? You get food stamps every month and don't even come this way to feed these kids. You pay no bills, so this apartment would have been gone. I don't know what you told Player over there, but y'all gotta get the fuck out. The dude finally looked over at Mom. First time since he'd walked in, I saw disgust in his eyes. He stood. Sorry, cuz. I had no idea this was what was going on. I assumed she was single and had no kids. We've been kicking it for months, and she never mentioned anything about them. My name's Heston, and I apologize for coming into your home this way. You a better man than me, cuz I'd be ready to kill a bitch for less. And with that, he walked out. Didn't even look back. Mom had the nerve to scream, if you could protect me, that would be fine. But you can't. You just ran off the one person who could. I'm not saying you can't hold your own, but you're not strong enough to protect me. Heston is, and y'all just ruined any chance I had with him. Y'all always mess up everything for me. If I didn't have y'all, I would be free to do me. Why do I have to worry about y'all? I had you. That should be enough. Something in Raekwon broke then. He leaned down over her eyes, dark. Look, Raynell, I have no idea what you're talking about, and I don't care to know. I'm not leaving, and you can't make me leave. You don't live here anyway, so continue doing what you've been doing. I got the kids covered. And start making those guys strap up if you don't want any more kids. It's not their fault they're here, it's yours. That's when Mom snapped, screaming hysterical, calling him a babysitter, saying we ruined her life. And then Raekwon, he lost it. For the first and only time, I saw him hit her, knocked her clean out. Neighbors called the cops because of the noise, and when they ran his name, warrants popped up. He didn't fight it, walked out with the police, smiling. Like jail was easier than dealing with her, and just like that, he was gone too, leaving me to take care of us by myself. That's the end of part 2 of this story. What are your thoughts on Raylexia's journey so far? If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Like the video, leave a comment, and share the link. I will keep updating with new parts of this story and exciting new stories. I look forward to your next visit.